Pleasant good afternoon to our viewers. We are here live at the DFA Technical Center in Stock Farm this afternoon, bright Saturday afternoon, and it's a matchup here in the DFA President's Cup. This matchup between East Central, Connect 7767, East Central FC and Roosevelt Carrot Bombers FC. Once again, good afternoon to you. And to say thanks to our sponsors to making things possible for live coverage this afternoon. Thanks to Stream Genius and DFA, Dominica Football Association. As we get ready for this matchup, Portsmouth in the traditional bright red and white kit will be kicking from right to left, and East Central in their green and black kits kicking from left to right. This, as we anticipate this afternoon, should be an exciting matchup. Our second match, match 2 of the President's Cup. As we know, Mao Soccer Strikers in the first match, the qualifier, made lightweights of their opponents 5-1. In the center, we have Fernand Joseph as our referee in the center. As we bring you the starting 11 for Portsmouth, we have Kelvin Henry, the goalkeeper, Jamal Plummer, Jalen Johnville, Orion Hyacinth, Malik, Philip, Derrickson Joseph, Shiraya, Luis, Jelani Joseph, Osha George, Anton Larrock, and Davon George. And for East Central, the starting 11 would be Trigo Gustav, Ifan Dura, Kenroy Dura, DeAndre Francis, Shimani Graham, Nathan Newton, Owen Oscar will be the goalkeeper, Randolph Pelty, Kurt Stout, Nilbert Thomas, Terrence Winston, and Nika Laurent. Portsmouth led by their coach Horace Mills, and East Central, that popular face, famous face, will be coaching from the side, Stanton Serafin. On the way, Portsmouth, and yes, Randolph Pelty tried to take on his man, but caught out there by Kwame Carbon. Yes, Osha George trying to wiggle through, but yes, Kwame again to the rescue for Portsmouth. It's a bit scrappy at the moment there. Osha George colliding with his man there in the center. And to be a free kick, nonetheless, to the boys from the East Central early on. Most likely to be taken by the captain, Nathan Newton. Nathan Newton launching this one low and hard. And keeper there was a bit looking a bit shaky, but there's a pluck clearance from him. Portsmouth Bombers on the drive. Throw in.
Let's go. We have to make free passes. Let's go, man.
Cleared there by Kwame Carbon. It's a throw in there for East Central. Davon George finding Osha. Osha over the top, trying to find Anton Larrock. Does he have the legs? No, he doesn't. And this one will go out for a goal kick. Portsmouth are playing 4-3-3 formation there. And East Central Playing a 4-2-3-1 lone striker. Pass bit overhit there. Number 3 couldn't catch up. Costa and Draco couldn't catch up with that pass. Through down the line from Portsmouth. There's number 24. Ball runs out of play. Does it? Yes, it does. Says linesman on the near side. Throwing there down the line from his central. Kind of keeping players number 16. Knocking this one out of touch. Good stout. Just a bit helter-skelter in the start of the match there. Matchup between the underdogs, East Central. As you know, they are fighting relegation in the DFA Premier League. Portsmouth had a steady season, and there's Anton Larrock making chase. And back past Owen Oscar, it's partially cleared. Here's a pass to Kurt Stout, but caught out there by the number 2 from Portsmouth. And here's Kurt Stout once more on the drive, keeping this one in. Kurt Stout looking for assistance, looking for a pass. Does cross that ball to the back post, trying to find his man. Does find his man, number 7, and scrambling over that ball. And Portsmouth will look to turn things around with Davon George over the top, trying to find Jelani Joseph. But it's caught out there by the experienced Nathan Newton. Experienced campaigner there, Nathan. Leading by example. Captain Fantastics. And it's a bit high there. Referee letting things just play. Let's come on. Centre back for Portsmouth. Very experienced campaigner there. Kwame Carbon. Trying to lead that young squad of Portsmouth. Normally a center defensive midfielder, Kwame Carbon, but at this tournament and last season, he have been leading the backline for the Portsmouth Reserve Carried Portsmouth Bombers. Terrence Winston looking for assistance. Back pass on Portsmouth. A bit scary there for Portsmouth with the experienced defender, young but experienced defender there. They have been recently called up to the squad, just probably this one back with his keeper, but fortunately they can brave. Yes, Portsmouth. Anton being pulled down there. That one seemed to be a bit ambitious, but the whistle had already gone. Free kick just outside the 18-yard area. Usher George, the lone soldier behind this one, and you have the likes of Orion Hyacinth. And Usher launching this one just past the back post there. You can hear the cries of good try from his players, as this one was just whiskers away from the back post. But the scores remain 0-0. Number 3, forward to Kurt Stout. And again, this one running out of play. Let's say a pleasant good afternoon to my co-commentator Alicia Prince Alicious, good afternoon to you. Bright afternoon there in Stock Farm as we have this highly entertaining match. Well, anticipated it to be a highly entertaining match there between East Central, the underdogs, and Roosevelt Scary Portsmouth Bombers. Good afternoon once again, Mr. Prince.
Good afternoon, Ofa, and good afternoon to all our viewers, wherever you are. And yes, Ofa, it seems as though it is a very interesting match. As we all know, it's a knockout competition, and East Central have had their recent struggles and would like to really make a statement. And there is Randolph Peltier putting in some pressure, but just too many shits.
Cries of handball there from the players and coaches there as this one was struck firmly there. But Essential, the cries were not heard by the referee. And we have a turn of play there. Yes, Portsmouth trying to find Anton Larrock. Anton Larrock! What a finish there! Anton Larrock netting this one home. I just against the run of play.
Yes, shouts for handball on the other end for Essential. But really, this first touch from the number 24 of Portsmouth did seem to have come off his arm, but not spotted by the referee. Anton Larrock in the box. And we all know when this guy is in the box, how dangerous he can be. And he has proven to be. 1-0 Portsmouth Bombers.
And to me, from my angle, we have a very, very angry coach there in Sandon Seraphine because he cried shouts of handball. And to me, it was even the two hands striking that player, and referee didn't even wave it on, paid no mind to that handball, and Portsmouth taking advantage against the run of play. And netting this one home is, guess who? Anton Larrock.
Yes, a very good finish indeed from the number 9 young striker. So confident in front of goal, showing some great composure and some nice finishing. Although the angle, the shot was straight at the goalkeeper, Owen could have done much better in my opinion, but nonetheless, it is a goal for Bombers.
Before I give Owen the benefit of the doubt, here's good start. Trying to find out. Here's a handball again. And this time, referee spot on. And I think Alicious is the same player, number 14. Again, hands in the air. Derrickson Johnson, the center defensive midfielder for Roosevelt Scary Portsmouth Bombers. Again, 2 shots of handball. This one in the penalty area. And Coach Stanton Seraphine should be a relief man.
Yes, and it seems as though Derrickson didn't redeem himself from what just transpired. It seems as though he just loves a challenge and loves to have his hand in the air. This time the referee making no mistake and pointing to the spot. A chance for an equalizer. Nathan Newton on the ball for East Central.
Unlucky or inexperienced, Derrickson?
Well, in my opinion, that's just silly play from Derrickson. No need to be rushing in with these tackles, and especially in the box like that. You can't have your hand up in the air.
Referee blows for Nathan Newton. Yes, Nathan Newton stepping up and puts it away. Equalizes is Nathan Newton, the skipper for East Central, knocking this one home and making it all square early on in this fixture.
And that was a composed finish there from the East Central skipper. Nathan just equalizing things, and East Central are back on level terms within just about 3 or so minutes, and we are all square. Both teams really looking to get all the points this afternoon, and we are back with Portsmouth in possession.
And for this equalizer, I just want to give Kurt Stout some credit because he really was looking for help. And yes, Kurt Stout again. And look, here's him. Looking for this time. Wills passes his man. Looking for a cross. Finds the man on the back post. Controls. And again, it's clear. Shot coming in, wrong-footed. Is the keeper, but this one rolling out of play.
And that's some good wing play there from the number 16 of East Central, just shaking and baking, still giving the defender a nutmeg and whipping in a dangerous cross, and only to find these partners not capitalizing.
And like I was saying, credit to Kurt Stout because he had a really scrappy first few minutes of play, but that cross providing that penalty, and this one weaving past his man there, and here's that ball coming in there, but it's misdirected there by a bit too deep by the man Randolph Peltier. Here's the ball forward for Nathan Newton. Nathan Newton cutting this one in and tried to spin past his man skillfully, but good defensive play there by the Portsmouth Bombers defender.
Yes. How would you question the fitness of the players, seeing that they haven't been in action for quite a few months over and looking so bright and running so much pace, so much enthusiasm to the game? How would you rate the fitness thus far?
Well, first things first, it's still early in the fixture. I mean, you can start the game, but the endurance, you can start the game with pace. Oh, good touch there by Usher George there. Find his man. Double team there. Portsmouth there defending with guts. Here's Usher again, skillful. Dribbling going backwards. And he should be in some trouble there. He's pushed off that ball there. Back pass. Shemani for Essential. Misdirected because they couldn't find Randolph Peltier. But Alicious, as we were on the fitness of the players, I was saying that it's a bit early to judge the fitness. It's how long they can endure going at each other. You know it's a knockout match. You lose, you go home. But it's all to play for. And the players really started with their guts. They're giving everything since the start of play. It was a bit scrappy of a start, but here we go. 2 goals to count and classy goals.
Yes.
None less the penalty, yes, but classy. Yes,
there's-
Davon George. Davon George, this one. Yes, Anton. But Anton, they're trying to get that strike away ball just sticking under his feet.
And that was really proven to be a scare there for Essential. But nonetheless, they do survive, and here they are building in possession nicely at the back. Good Stout just holding off his man, trying to find Shemani there. Shemani being hustled and hassled, and he's still there fighting, looking for a foul, but holding off his player well. A lovely ball again. Good Stout seeing a lot of the ball so far. And here is DeAndre in possession for Essential. A lovely turn there from DeAndre. He still has it in the box. And here is Nilbert again. Essential players doing quite well with the ball at their feet. And whipping in a low cross is Nilbert, but some good defensive play from our Bombers.
Costan keeping this one in play. 4 touch from Costan. And the Essential players seem to be overconfident at the moment, Alicious, with their trickery, their constant trickery over the ball. Nathan Newton, experienced captain, to see things out and get a throw in his favor.
Anton Larrock really just playing that lone striker's role. And you can see him trying to link up with his partner there, Davon George, but Davon George just is hitting that pass, giving it a little bit too much of current. And Usher still in possession. Usher striving forward. Davon George on the far side. Receives it nicely in the box. Gets a good first touch. He beats his man. He strikes. And it's just off the post over for a goal kick.
It seemed very, very beautiful. A beautiful strike there from Davon George, but only the side netting. You know he's a confident player. He's very skillful there, Davon George. And he's one you want to think would want to be at the end of any strike for the Roosevelt Carrot Bombers.
Again, Kurt Stout on the ball there for Essential. Portsmouth getting clear. And the sun is really starting to have a toll on these players. You can see that the pace is slowly going down and mistakes are happening. And here is Anton Larrock into the danger zone. Anton in possession. Anton looking for his partner. Takes a first touch in number 10. Trying to strike, but he was really closed down by DeAndre brilliantly. And Essential looking to break quickly. Some nice play there from Usher George on the ball for Bombers. Usher lining up and really just rushing that shot, and it's high and wide.
Okay, 2 Essential there for some good defending there. blocking Tyrese Carbon off that shot because the number 10 for Portsmouth really was lining up something on Owen Oscar. You know, Owen Oscar is an experienced keeper, but for the past time he has been conceding some silly goals. So you'd want to protect him if you are a central defender.
Central in possession. Again, another misplaced pass, and it seems as though Central are struggling to break the lines. The defenders really just passing their ball too soft. And you can hear Usher George just screaming at his defensive partner there, asking him to control the ball. And here is Terrence Winston finding DeAndre. DeAndre just allowing the ball to go and not receiving it. A lovely pass there from Davon George to Anton Larrock. Anton Larrock trying to take on 4. Anton Larrock lining up, striking, but was blocked.
And Anton Larrock, very smart center forward there. Yes, Randolph Peltier leaving this one on. And Randolph Peltier being flagged offside for that piece of dummy there.
And Terrence Winston almost beating that offside trap. I would love to see that VAR or that lines. It seems as though he was just on over.
It was a very early call from the linesman Ryan there on that near side against Randolph Peltier.
Do you think it was Randolph Peltier causing the linesman to put up his flag early?
It was indeed, because I can tell you Terrence Winston was really about 2-3 yards onside, making that run from deep. And Randolph Peltier just maybe in the referees, the officials' view, obstructing play, having him to make that call. Here's Derrison Joseph for Portsmouth, losing out that ball there to the number 17, driving forward against 3 or 4 Portsmouth players and losing out to the Derrison Joseph, center defensive midfielder for Portsmouth.
And just a bit of lacking confidence there from DeAndre Francis. Had the ball, had a lot of space where he could run into, but chose to cut back, something we do a lot in our football in Dominica. Players love to cut back where they should be really exploiting channels and the spaces so that they can run in behind and even get something on target at the goal.
I would want to think that Prince will have. Yes, Anton Larrock. Anton Larrock! Looking to line up a shot there. And anytime he gets the ball, Alicious, he looks to see where the keeper is and get that strike away. So playing against Anton Larrock, you really have to be on your P's and Q's if you're a center defender.
And
facing him 2-2.
This is something we really want from your number 9. A classic center forward would really just look to strike at every opportunity. And you can see in Anton's style of play, this is what he loves doing.
I was making mention, Alicious, of the heat. And I would want to think that referee Joseph there would be calling a cooling break anytime soon. As we enter in more than past the first half. In the 23rd minute of play there. Do not see any signs of a cooling break, but should be having one. Here's Nathan Newton going deep, high and deep. Shomani Graham, sorry, couldn't get on this one. Here's Usher going over the top there for Anton Larrock and cleared there by the skipper, Nathan Newton.
And Nathan Newton is doing a fantastic job in man marking Anton Larrock. The 2 number 9s just really having that go at each other, but so far Nathan is doing quite well and keeping Anton at bay, at arm's length.
And you said the 2 number 9s there, and rightly so. You know Nathan Newton is a number 9. Anton Larrock getting that strike. What a wonderful save. Equally fantastic save there by Owen Oscar.
And some good play again there from the number 9 for the Bombers. Anton just really getting that little bit of space, that inch of a yard, and getting his shot away, forcing the goalkeeper into a quite brilliant but really comfortable save over.
Comfortable in the end, because you know Owen Oscar is a very experienced campaigner like I said moments ago, experience versus youth. And good to see Anton Larrock and have Owen Oscar scrambling across his lines to keep him out. Wonderful football they had stuck from this afternoon, Alicious.
Wonderful indeed. And you can see that the Bombers coach is all smiles. He's quite pleased with proceedings thus far.
Likewise, his manager. Ball coming in there from deep, from Usher George. Being chased down there. And cleared there by Gostan for Essential to be a throw in there. Kwame Carbon urging his players to come back a bit. Yeah, and here's the cooling break we were speaking of, Alicious.
Yes.
Because even us in the commentary booth are feeling it, not just for the players on the turf. But how do you sum up the 25 minutes gone so far, Alicious?
A very interesting matchup. It has proved to be something special thus far. Both teams really wanting to advance to the next round, and they are locked in, yes, at 1-1. Loads of chances. Bombers in particular, Anton Larrock forcing Owen into some good saves, but it's even Stevens, and I would say a fair matchup over.
Yeah, both coaches will be liking what they see, despite conceding. They'll be liking what they see from the players. But you can hear Stanton Serafin. He's never satisfied with once it's not a huge victory. Horace Mills on the other hand, the more calm coach, they're just instructing a few players, a few instructions from the players.
And the number 14, Derrickson, seems to be
Derrickson
struggling with an injury. It seems we call that a dollar sign whenever you send in a sliding challenge.
It's not his first dollar sign. He used to have some 50 cents before.
He's really struggling with that injury, and his medical team is assisting him to, get that not so much pain.
But the way he's playing, since he started the game, his pants is folded, Alicious, and it must be, I wouldn't say a lack of discipline, but that's always comfortable. So hence, he having to nurse such injury there, Derrickson Johnson.
Yes, being on this artificial turf, yes, it is good, but in these occasions, it can be bad.
And we are restarted with play, but as we are still on Derrickson Johnson, I wouldn't want to believe, Prince, that he got that dollar sign from launching that tackle, conceding that penalty. It would be a scar for life. I wouldn't want to believe that he's not seeing that dollar sign.
It did seem fresh, but I'm not sure. So maybe he just has been playing with that.
Cleared there and applauded there. Cleared by Kurt Stout, applauded by Coach Stanton Serafin. Yes, Chanville trying to switch play, losing out. Yes, losing out to number 7 for Essential on the far side. Yes, Terrence.
And a bad pass there from Nilbert, really just rushing things. Really should have composed himself and allowed DeAndre to receive that pass, but chose to use the outside of the boot, and it was the wrong call from the midfielder for Essential. We do have that second game coming up. This huge encounter, Surgical South is taking on Point Michel FC in that order quarter-final, I would say. And players are not yet present, but will be in a couple of minutes' time. The Southeast team especially coming from far, and they should be on their way over.
Southeast should have already left their airport, Prince.
And a good defensive clearance there from Nilbert, being applauded by his coach.
Big block there with Costan and Malik. Two relatively young teams, Prince, on the pitch.
Oh yes, A lot of players are just in their teens, and we only have like 4 or 5 players who are really just in their mid-20s. Majority of these players are going to college, some of them even high school.
Good to see that we are digging our youth to play at the highest level in football in Dominica. But you can see that Portsmouth Bombers are missing out to one of their experienced campaigners, Rion Coffey, in that technical area, not even dressed in his uniform. Is Rion Coffey, and that's a big miss for Portsmouth Bombers. As you know, Rion used to play for East Central. He moved from East Central to Portsmouth Bombers. So it's a big miss there. But yes, good start. Trying to whiff past his man. Does whiff past his man. Malik scrambling on the floor. And here's a cross there from good start. Producing a not so good cross there, but nonetheless, a positivity for East Central going forward.
And that seemed to be another handball, but I guess it was ball to hand rather than hand to ball. And here is Nilgut. Plays that ball into Shermani. Shermani goes back to his defensive partner. A lovely little pass there, lovely dink over pass. And here is Kurt Stout looking to get something in the box, but really just knocking that ball out of play. And it's a goal kick to Bombers.
Could start having a lot of traffic on that near side there. And seems to be working for East Central.
And as things stands, we are locked in at 1 apiece. Anton Lara giving Bombers the lead. Nathan Newton from the penalty spot equalizing for East Central. East Central have grown into the game slowly but surely. And it's Bombers just looking to get something going forward with Anton again. Anton finding Derrickson. Derrickson, acres of space, finding Davon George. Davon George on the far side, looking to find Anton. Oh, he takes it on the defender. He whips in that cross. Owen gets the save. And East Central get the ball clear with Nathan Newton.
And should have Owen really held on to this one. Alicious didn't really seem to have much of a sting to it. Owen there, just scrambling that ball. Lucky for him, his defender was near.
Yes, Ifan Duran, you could see, was tracking back, but he was kind of close to the goalkeeper. Hence the reason for Oscar not receiving the ball. Free kick taken shot. A strike from range. And a real team effort there from the Bombers player. And catching practice, where I must say, for Oscar.
Avoid coming so wide. Stay more central. Follow and down the white channel.
Shamani. Good. Still just trying to get that pass in his drive, but again the ball just going out of play. And for the last 5 or so minutes, Kurt has really dipped in terms of form offer. He was doing quite well, but just breaking down maybe the pace of the game, just getting to him.
Yeah, you don't want to count him out, but because like he didn't have a blaze of a start, but he really came to life between the 20th minute, well, 15th minute to 25th minute, and then died out again. But Still early in the play, early in the match. And he might have a lot of more opportunities to get forward and create something for his team there, good stuff. Ball trying to find Randolph penalty, but Carbon cleared his lines for Portsmouth. Bad touch there from Jelani Joseph. Yes, Neilbert. For the central, trying to dribble this one out. That's in the center. Losing out to Devon George. Brash challenge there. Very brutal challenge there. Clearing his lines. Equally challenge on the far side.
You do have to recognize and commend the pressing of this Bombers team, really closing down all gaps, all spaces, and Essential almost paying for their sins here. Nathan Newton just surviving somewhat our youth scare there.
You really have to. That's how you expect them to play, because Essential are really the underdogs in this fixture. You would expect that experience, well, not experience, but young and the chemistry that they have, the Bombers team, that they will be really going at Essential, but so far it's almost even. Yes, good stuff. Driving forward and pushed there by Malik, and he will have another free kick in a dangerous area for Essential, Alicious.
Yes, and this is Kurt Stout at his very best, just running in the spaces, receiving and looking to take on his man at every opportunity and getting that foul. And it's an opportunity for Essential to get something into the box. DeAndre Francis whips it in and tried to find Terrence Winston, but some good defensive work from the boys in red. And Terrence still in possession. Takes on his man. Terrence with the ball. And Terrence getting a touch in the box, and you can hear shouts for a penalty, but that was never going to be a penalty offer.
But some very, very good driving forward play there by Terrence Winston. It really was, Alicious. Driving forward with pace, with skill, and he very fortunately for Portsmouth Bombers that the referee didn't signal a penalty there, but good driving play there by the youngster, Terrence.
Yes. And you can see his coach, Stanton Serafin, not pleased with what transpired. But in my opinion, it was a soft play, a soft call, just light coming together, not enough for a penalty.
Very soft indeed. There's Usher George on that far side. Usher trying to use his skill and trickery and just dribbling this one out of play. And Usher, referee Clyde, experienced referee Clyde signaling this one for a throw in there. 2 Portsmouth Bombers, but I think you might have been struggling with the sun there, Alicious. Didn't see this one.
Yes, an honest mistake.
Very honest mistake indeed. Cleared.
And the defenders from the Bombers team don't seem to be too comfortable whenever they are called into action. I'm not quite sure if they struggle with the ball at their feet or if they are just scared whenever they see the green shirts looking to close and press at every opportunity. But this is something that they have to work on in terms of their composure at the back. And again, you can see the defender just splicing.
Yes, the likes of Kwame Carbon and Jamal Plummer. They seem to be struggling. You spoke of fitness, and this might be pointing out an answer to your question, Alicious, in terms of fitness of the players after a break. Here's a cross coming in there. Johnson, strike. Very team effort, going just wide. And Owen Oscar had this one covered.
Yes, a very good play there again from Anton Larrock, just finding the space on the far side and whipping in across. Although he would have loved to be the one receiving that pass, but nonetheless, it was him creating and nothing really came out of that play. But some good ideas, slowly but surely you can see that both teams are trying to come up with that all-important goal offer.
Yes, Alicious. Both teams here just trying to see this one out. You want to bad touch there by Malik once again. Malik making his run still. There's Jelani trying to find Anton. Does find Anton. Anton find Usher George on that far side. Is Anton George? Anton. Sorry. Anton just overhit this one. Usher wasn't quick enough or didn't have enough space to keep this one in.
Yes, you just have to feel for Usher, who was really looking to get that pass, looking forward to receiving that pass, but again it was just overhit by Anton Narrow. And Usher a bit disappointed, quite rightly so, but nonetheless, this is the game and they will get another opportunity to redeem themselves, hopefully.
Hopefully to them and hopefully to their coaching staff, because they are not pleased, I can tell you at the moment. Anton laying up Usher. Usher laying this one to Malik. Here's Malik, find Usher. Usher finding Jelani. Jelani spreading this one wide. And caught out there, couldn't find Derrison on that far side. But here's Neilbert for East Central. Neilbert looking to go forward and does go forward with Shomani. Yeah, Shomani Graham trying to find Randolph Peltier, who have been starved Alicious. Randolph Peltier not really getting anything to feed off at the moment.
And that was the first bit of bad play there from Usher George, who has seen a lot of glory thus far and really dominating proceedings. He has been all over the pitch. If you have to look at his heat map, you can see that he's the one orchestrating for the Bombers team and really the one looking to get them ticking and keep them ticking over.
And he's one of the players who really prizes his minutes there, Usher. He's a bit more experienced than the majority of the players. So he really prizes his minutes and really has things for the Portsmouth Bombers. But a wonderful ball laid forward there for Davon George, but good defending there by their captain, Nathan Newton, the number 9, playing in that centre-back position, Alicious.
Yes, a striker in that central defense position, doing a fantastic job of reading the game and really just keeping his team at arm's length and really just having them growing in confidence whenever they see him doing these good things at the back for them.
Portsmouth feeling of possession. Here's Anton Larrock trying to skip back 2 3-4 players. Beat up. Rare challenge right in front of the linesman. Right in front of the linesman. I thought he would have flagged, but referee Vernon Joseph, despite his youth and despite his inexperience in the center, really blowing this one. I really thought that the defender had got a bit of an infringement on Usher George, Alicious.
Yes, it was a late call, but it was the right call. You can hear some of the players even saying to the referee that this should be a booking. You know, it's never a good sign to see players asking for cautioning of other players, but would you say that it did a yellow card offer?
It could have been, but the referee was just struggling because of the proximity of the play to the linesman. He didn't have the support, but I think the linesman might have been struggling. Yes, Usher George trying to find his man on the back post, but it's cleared. And yes, good start with a poor clearance, and over the top goes number 10 there for Roosevelt Carried Bombers. And it's a goal kick after all this for East Central.
And these are the types of balls that causes nightmares to defenders. But in that case, East Central managed to get it clear. And they have done a very good job in defending deep in their own territory.
Like I was saying, Alicious, the referee on the far side there, Clyde John Baptist, might just be struggling with the rays and the beams of the sunlight striking him straight in his eye. He's been struggling. You know that he's very experienced in this field. One of the most experienced linesmen we have. But
someone need to get the linesman a cap offer. You might
Right.
have to give the linesman your cup.
And rightly so. This one is branded, Alicia, so you don't just share this one. Yes, Usher Judge, with his bit of trickery, misdirected pass there from Usher Judge. And you could hear cries from Usher for Derrison Joseph. Derrison, Alicia's, since the cooling break, have been playing a bit higher up the pitch. Is it a tactical change from
I think
coach?
he's just one of the players who has license to even roam, and he is one of the few on the pitch maybe with the energy level that a coach would require from his players?
Sounds of a very upset coach there, Anton Serafin. He doesn't have a resting place on that technical area.
And thank God we have some medical assistance in the technical areas in case Coach Stanton will be needing to check his pressure.
Seem to have a very high pressure there. As we enter 1 minute of extra time at the end of the 45. Scores 1-1. All square. At the moment, goals coming from Anton Larrock and penalty from Nathan Newton to equalize things just moments after.
Nathan Newton trying to find Randolph Peltier, and that pass was on, but the captain just overheating. And still there, a chance for East Central. Kurt Stout playing the ball across Randolph Peltier, and a sweet finish there for East Central, right on the stroke of halftime, going into the halftime interval, most surely with that lead offer.
What a bit of play there, Alicious. What a bit of play. It really was beautiful play there from East Central, getting that ball to Kurt Stout on that near side. And Kurt Stout, the man who provided the chance in the first half for the penalty, Kurt Stout providing that assist. And what a finish there by the experienced Randolph Peltier to put East Central, the underdogs, 2-1 as we approach the break, Alicious.
And again, Ofa, you can see the mistake from the defender, just uncomfortable with the ball at his feet, never wanting to have to make that pass, and he has done wrong, and it is East Central going into the halftime, leading by 2-1 in a very even match. Both teams, both clubs, really fighting thus far. Join us in 15 minutes for the second half, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, wow, long I waiting for that game there, boy. I can't wait to see who that win today, there, boy. Yeah, boy, but, what happened in there now? But, what are really going on there now, boy? What the game now, boy? Boy, I swear to the other game, boy. But where everybody now, boy? Boy, where everybody now?
Oh, they moved the game to another date, bro. Don't be like Mister. Follow the Dominica Football Association on all social media platforms to stay updated.
Boy,
Welcome back here to second half action between Roosevelt Skerrit Bombers FC and Connect 767 Essential FC. Essential leading this one 2-1 with a late leader in the dying minutes, well, extra time rather, of the first half from Randolph Pelty. Other goal scorer for Essential was Nathan Newton after Portsmouth Bombers had the lead from Anton Larrock. As we get on the way with second half action, sorry. The show was right here at the DFA Technical Center, just starting to play a part in this decider. As we know, it's a knockout match in the DFA President's Cup, or match number 2. As we get on the way, referee Vernon Joseph just waiting on, is it a change? A change for one of the clubs. We have a change here. Number 17 coming out. But number 17 in rather for number 14. This change seems to be for the Portsmouth Bombers. Alicious, how do you anticipate the next 45 minutes or so?
Well, I would expect this Bombers team to come out all guns blazing because they're in search for an equalizer. And I would want to see that this Essential team look to at least capitalize on their lead, because it is a slender lead, but nonetheless a lead. And if they can get at least that third goal or even a fourth just to cement their spot in the semi-finals, then that would be a bonus for them.
So we have a change there. Gabriel Raymond coming in for Derrison Johnson for Portsmouth Bombers. Derrison Johnson seemed to have been struggling. Derrison Johnson. As we have Davon George. It's Davon again. Clearance there. Anywhere we do for Captain Nathan Newton.
And you can see how his facial expression was showing that he's fierce and he's having no nonsense at the back. Soft pass there from DeAndre, and his Bombers in possession. Usher George, who had a very decent first half, looking to have even a better second half.
Yes, Davon George getting the better of Neil Boyd Thomas. Davon George with a wonderful pass for Raymond. Raymond!
What a save from the goalkeeper, Owen Oscar, off a lovely fingertip save. Surely it was going to be 2-2, but Owen had other ideas.
It was Owen Oscar's first touch of the second half, but I can tell you Raymond's first touch since coming on as an impact sub there. Raymond, his first touch really had Owen Oscar scrambling, and Portsmouth Bombers will be happy with the efforts thus far.
A great save indeed, one for the photographers.
Speaking of photographers, we have one of the best photographers on the island, Alicious. in John Baptist, like John Baptist. You know, he's very, very, very good at his task. As we have the corner coming in from that far side under the ring from Usher George. Doesn't beat the near post. Usher with our second bite at the cherry and Paul as the first. But there's Kwame Carbon. Kwame spreading this one wide for Davon George. Yes, Davon skipping past his man and getting contact from the number 7. Davon George will have a free kick. Free kick taken quickly and where they are asleep. Yes, Anton Larrock crossing this one, but the experience, Nathan Newton to save the day under the rain for Essential and another corner kick for the boys in red. This one, Anton just over the bar. It wasn't Anton, no, it was the number 10 there. Just over the bar. Surprising showers there coming in. Right now at Stock Farm. Yes. Randolph Petty trying to get Kelvin Henry off guard. But it was poorly struck from Randolph Petty. Anton over the top, finding Usher on that near side. Usher keeps it in and doesn't keep it in, says Ryan. Lucky for Essential, this one fell at the feet of Jelani Joseph. Heavy showers coming down once again at Stock Farm.
And this is how the weather tends to be as we are in the hurricane season. You know, in the twinkle of an eye, you can have sunlight.
Davon George keeping past his man and a met with a rash challenge. Wonderful challenge there by the number 19 for Essential, and the referee signaling a goal kick. It was a mass-shaving challenge there, Alicious. Davon George was getting his striking shoes on, but couldn't get the strike away. And Essential will have a corner kick to defend. And they will hold, extend the lead. That there.
And Bombers really piling on the pressure, trying to find that all-important equalizer. And here is Usher George looking to whip in that corner. Ball played and a very easy clearance there from Terrence Winston. And Essential looking to break. Terrence with the ball. It's a 3v2 situation and a lovely pass. And here is Kurt Stout and some good defending players looking for the ball. Over the ball is in the air and players just turning round and round.
Both players seem to have lost the ball in the air, spinning wrong and wrong.
Like the roundabout.
But Essential will look to settle things down. Settle, but they go over the top. Wonderful control there by number 7 on that near side, trying to get past his man. Does get past his man. And referee said a push there, a pull rather. Jelani Joseph seemed to be a fortunate campaigner getting the call for this one.
The water's just pouring down here at the DFA Technical Center. It's Essential leading by 2-1. Nathan Newton from the penalty spot equalizing things after Anton Larrock had given his team the lead, and the Randolph penalty on the stroke of halftime, getting that second goal. Portsmouth Bombers wanting that equalizer. Usher George looking for his man. Nathan Newton again getting that ball clear. It's all Bombers over so far.
The Bombers seem to be chasing the game right now. Seem to be chasing after that lead, and as they should. Yes, Kurt Stout looking to line up Randolph Petty, but a bit over it. Randolph Petty timed his run perfectly, but was over it there from Kurt Stout. And if you are making way to the DFA Technical Center, you need to find one of the Chinese stores open, Alicious, to get yourself an umbrella, because it's serious business with waters at the DFA Technical Center.
Yes, and when you buy the umbrella, don't buy those small umbrella. You need to buy the large ones that have some for $25 or so. Don't buy those for 15 because you will still wet. So get those for 25 and you will surely be dry whenever you come to the technical area. And it's Randolph Peltier making chase and some great goalkeeping from the youngster to get it clear.
As you buy in the umbrellas, just buy yourself a house. Buy yourself a house umbrella so that I can get a little shelter alongside you after leaving the commentary booth in this exciting match. Bombers trailing this one by 2-1.
Essential really just progressing forward and holding on to that slender lead. And here is Terence Winston on the ball looking to take on his man. Here he is holding it on, double down, and expensive corner kick, I must say, for Essential.
Yeah, Gabriel Bremen was back doing some defensive work, but Bombers will take it. They have some tall young lads in their camp, so they want to think that they'll see this one out. All 11 players in the 18 Alicious, you'd want to think that they don't want to concede anything more to make the deficit too deep for them.
Ball whipped in and strike from DeAndre, but a very good defensive block, and it's another corner kick to East Central. Bombers players really just living dangerously at the moment.
Riding their wave, Alicious, and riding the storm. As we have an extra ball, so Kelvin Henry will have to make his way back.
And the East Central team will not be in no rush to take any free kicks, any corner kicks, as they are looking to just run down the clock.
We have
Very
the shortest
strategic.
man, Alicious, on the pitch in Randolph Peltier taking this one, and rightly so. Randolph with a deep one, and Kelvin Henry was well stationed. Comfortable catch there from Kelvin Henry. Seemed to be making a claim to the referee that he got caught, but play goes on the way. Yes, Anton Larrock on the charge. Anton Larrock trying to get past his man on that far side and doesn't get past his man. Anton keeps in that ball, and yes, Anton Larrock driving forward. Osher George in the box. Anton Larrock goes alone! Anton Larrock getting the equalizer for Portsmouth Bombers. And you can see the boys in red. They are jubilating. They are very happy at this moment. Under the rain, Anton Larrock. What a piece of play from Anton Larrock, Alicious.
And this is what you call turning defense into attack. Anton Larrock receiving the ball, driving down the far left side. 4 Bombers taking on his man, beating him quite easily, who did stay down on the ground, nursing an injury. But Anton Larrock was really poised and really eager to get into the danger zone, opening up his body. East Central failing to close him down, and whenever Anton is in that penalty area, you know he will surely cause damage, and this time he did with that equalizing goal.
He's in the mood, Alicious, isn't he?
He is in the mood.
He is in that scoring mood. What a wonderful strike there. It really was a wonderful strike from Anton Larrock. Striker's finish, but a very, very, very soft goal for Essential to concede after having such a slender lead, conceding such a soft goal. The defender losing his footing against the run of play. Is it Sherman Graham there losing this injury? No, it isn't.
I'm not quite sure who is
He's
down,
a player on that far side.
Player seems to be struggling there.
But the rain seems to have been taking a bit of sting away from this match, Alicious. The way the game started.
If you had a choice, Ofer, would you rather play in the rain or in the sun, which is very, very hot?
I would play on the thunderstorm, not the sun, Alicious, because let me tell you, my tongue would be hanging under that sun, in that 4 o'clock sun. So I'd rather the rain. I'll put up with the wet turf, knowing that my ball would skid and I would have to weigh my passes. But the players for Essential don't seem to be in the mood. And you want to think that they are boys from the east, but the Rangers having the better of them at the moment. Is it the artificial turf, Alicious?
I would not say it's the artificial turf, but they are just really struggling. The Bombers team have really came out in the second half, all guns blazing, and really playing for everything, and just knowing to themselves they can't find that equalizing goal. Seeing you have the likes of Anton Larrock on the field, there's always an opportunity and a chance.
Essential making a change there, number 3. Go stand there, making way for the experienced number 21 defender. And a bubble of a catch there from Owen Oscar. You know he have that in his archives, Alicious. He always seem to bubble a ball or two within the 90 minutes. But this one maybe was due to the wet outfield.
Yes, this time he did the right thing because he would have struggled to catch it, but he chose rather to use his knuckles.
And we spoke of fitness earlier, but all questions are answered at the moment. The players of both teams seem to be struggling at the moment with their fitness level as the game deteriorates in time. Yes, Anton Larrock with a wonderfully cut out ball, and what a wonderful finish by Davon Judge. Wicked piece of play there from Anton Larrock, finding Davon Judge, and Portsmouth Bombers, they have the lead. They lead by 3-2. Alicious, what a finish.
And that is what you call a pass and a half. Davon Judge really just beating the offside trap. Anton Larrock weighing this pass to perfection, finding his partner, and just like that, a lovely but really simple finish.
And already we have a man of the match contender in Anton Larrock. 2 goals and a wonderful assist equal to a goal, Alicious. Anton Larrock, he's really in the mood like we stated.
Yes, Anton Larrock just enjoying himself in the rain. And Bombers are back in the lead. And can they hold on? Will they hold on to this lead? Because East Central will be looking to get something. But surely a very entertaining match, I can tell you. If you are just joining us, it is Bombers taking on East Central. And both teams are in the mood to score goals. Both teams are in the mood to make defensive errors. And both clubs are looking to advance into the next stages of this President's Cup.
And if you are just joining us, I would like to urge you, don't count East Central out to the scoreline. They are really going at the Portsmouth Bombers. Remember, it's a knockout match in the President's Cup. And it's lose and go home. So no team would want to be at the losing end. But for now, it's Portsmouth Bombers with that precious lead. At 1 goal advantage, leading by 3-2.
And this is where you have to be very strategic when it comes to your coaching. And a very interesting point to note, Ofa, Stanton Seraphin is the one really mentoring the likes of Oris Mills, the Bombers coach. And to see them going toe-to-toe, head-on, it's very, very good for both these coaches. I know Stanton Seraphin will feel a bit disappointed, but at the end of the day, when he looks at his understudy, he will be pleased.
Yes, and definitely so, rightly so. Stanton is one of the best coaches we have on island. Unfortunately for him, his team is down by 3-2. And speaking of strategy, Alicious, he just made a strategical change after conceding the equalizer to Portsmouth Bombers. He brought in his experienced defender, Denzel Loda, and minutes after, maybe 2 minutes or so after, he conceded that third goal. But it was no fault of his coaching. It was just credit to a brilliant assist from Anton Larrock. So sometimes the players just outsmart the coaches, and the coaches can't do anything at the moment as to what's going on the pitch.
Yes, well said. Of a corner kick taken by Randolph Belty. Is this a chance? And almost a good header there from Denzel Loader, but nonetheless, it's a goal kick to Bombers FC.
Jiraiya for Portsmouth. Finding Julani. For wonderful pass there. Well defended there by East Central. Ball cleared. Number 7, good control. But poor first touch. Driving forward. And Portsmouth Bombers still, despite having the lead, trying to speed up play. It's Portsmouth Bombers. We'll have a change coming in there. Stanton Serafin for Essential seems to be making a change. Is it? Or the medics being called upon change, having to hold on a bit? Medics attending to the player down. Terrence Winston. Don't forget, we have a second fixture, second match coming up this evening. The likes of Surgical Surface taking on Point Michel Football Club. And it's a highly anticipated, entertaining match. Be sure to tune in to the second match of this afternoon, Saturday afternoon, which started so bright and sunny, but it's a wet afternoon at the moment, as we have the boys from the east just making their way to the venue, and a few guys from the Point Michel. A cross coming in, just over the bar by Anton Larocque. Anton, very, very disappointed. What a chance going begging the Alicious from Anton Larocque.
And that was a great leap from the striker. Surely he had to get his hat-trick from that, but just leaping a bit too much, and really, instead of getting over the ball, he went under it, and the header just went over the crossbar. But a very good opportunity to increase his goal tally and his team's lead.
Driving forward is number 24 for Portsmouth, and the cross coming in, poorly defended, and strikes Usher George just over the bar. He was off balance, the Usher George, but you'd want to think in that penalty area, just about 8 yards out, he'd want to hit the target to seal the deal for his team.
And the chances are coming in, I must tell you, for this Bombers team. And the way things are looking, it is just going to end with a matter of how many goals will they or can they score. You do have this slender lead, but when you are getting chances like this, you have to take them.
Ball forward again, once again. Usher George with loads of space, and a wonderful there ball forward there for Usher George. But Anton Larocque just misjudged this one. And it really was a wonderful pass there, Alicious.
And Anton Larocque again looking to break the lines with his incredible movement. The essential defenders just struggling with how the striker is running towards and at them at the moment. Usher George with a lovely dink pass, but it was a bit too much at the end.
Seeing that the score is 3-2, Alicious, would you want to think that Coach Stanton Serafin would want to push his number 9 forward in his captain, Nathan Newton, just give him that license to drive forward? Will he make that change, Alicious, in the near future?
I think if the game remains this way through to the 80th down to the 90th minute, then he will have to gamble at some point, you know, seeing that you are down and you want to get that all-important equalizer, you have to do something. And to me, if he doesn't do anything, then it would end up in failure in terms of his tactical play and being strategic and really optimistic.
From my vantage point, I can hear that great guy stands on Seraphine just crying for a sub, Alicious. Can you hear this?
And the change is really happening quicker than we even thought over. You can hear the coach just asking his number 9 and his captain to push up. So really, this team is going to be in a back three, and quite rightly so. You have to gamble. You have to gamble because, like you said, over it's lose or go home.
Poor pass there from Denzel Loda. Yes, Kenroy losing out. Ball overhit there. And Essential will look to breathe. And the moment Ali shows that Nathan Newton left that central position, the moment he left that central position, it was just split open like a knife passing through butter.
And the rain has just come to a halt. And this is the benefits of the technical center here in Stoke Farm. The water has just been soaked out, so it won't really affect the players, and the conditions should be spot on. Bombers again trying to find that pass in behind with Offer George, this time just mishitting. Ball played over the top, cleared. Davon George really crossing his foot, and he should have received with his left foot rather than his right. And some good play there from Nathan Newton, and looking to be a threat in that attack, but this time his pass just skids out of play for a throw-in.
And he was trying to find his man on that fast side. Could Stout have been really starved from balls in the second half as to the loads of passes he received on the near side in the first half. This time he's on the far side there. Could Stout, the number 16 for Essential. But here's Nathan Newton skipping past a challenge. And Nathan Newton getting the benefit of the doubt from the referee. Was going to launch a strike, but
that was a rash challenge there, I must admit. The intention from the player was having to get a shot away, but he chose to get the player, and you can see that it isn't something severe, but it was indeed a tough knock on the lad there.
free kick really in a dangerous area. Fortunate team, the Essential, just about 23 yards out. And the experienced goal scorer, Randolph Peltier, is standing behind this one. Right-footed number 10. Face to face with a 4-man wall. Yes, Randolph Peltier, Randolph Peltier! What a strike! Don't conk them out! Randolph Peltier! Looking at the lads on that far side. What a celebration! What a goal! What some scenes there at the DFA Technical Center there, Alicia Springs.
And Randolph Peltier doing what Randolph Peltier always does. What a free kick. A beautiful dink over the wall, beating the goalkeeper, who is really not blessed for height. But Randolph will not be studying what and how tall the goalkeeper is, but indeed, it was a very good goal offer.
What is there left to see in this fixture, Alicious? What is there left to see? We are tied right now at 3-3, all square, like we ended the first half. Well, rather, I apologize for that. All square like it was in the first half. The technical area of the Portsmouth team was just lining up 3 or so changes. What will they do at the moment? Randolph Peltier with a wonderful strike. It really was a wonderful strike, Dalicious. One of the goals of the game. And Randolph Peltier just receiving his present at the moment for removing his jersey in the celebration. But you couldn't count him. You couldn't count him wrong for that celebration because it really was a wonderful strike there from Randolph Peltier to beat Kelvin Henry.
And surely this game hasn't disappointed one bit. East Central refusing to give up and Bombers really fighting, and both clubs are just playing for that all-important semi-final spot.
We're in the 74th minute now. 16 minutes to go, and guess who's coming on Alicia Sprints from retirement? It's Johansson Bridget, affectionately known as Dottie, and you could hear the cheers from the technical area. Very experienced campaigner from retirement to save the day for the Portsmouth Bombers. And will we see just another movie scene this evening there at the DFA Technical Center, Alicious?
And Bridget really just having the love and the passion for the game, refusing to give up. Anton, and he's met with a crimson challenge, a beautiful challenge there, all ball from defender Denzel on Anton Larrock.
This is what you call a centre-back's challenge on a number 9, Alicious. It's all ball, and with that ball was the man, but all ball, and it's unfortunate for the centre forward, the Anton Larrock, that is nursing some injury on the tip or in some discomfort at the moment.
And beautifully timed by the central defender, but Anton Larrock really just taking too long and showing too much of that ball. And this is what you are going to be met with whenever you do these types of things, seeing that you are the danger man, you are the one your team looks up to. You know a defender will not look to joke whenever you are in possession in his area.
Applause there to Denzel Loader for that challenge, because that man, Anton Larrock, is very dangerous, and if he had gotten that strike away, I can tell you Owen Oscar would have been scrambling on his goal line. So Denzel Loader there, the man behind the ball now. Denzel clearing his lines and over the top. Yeah, Shumani Graham finding his number 17 on the near side there. Back to the left back. Trying to find Terrence, but caught out there by Davon, and Portsmouth Bombers are now in a hurry chasing the game, Alicious. They're pushing for that win. Johansson Bridget on the pitch, just about 2 minutes or so. Haven't gotten a touch on the ball yet. There's a wonderful challenge there from the number 17 for East Central. DeAndre Francis, number 17.
What we can do tell you is, if the scores do remain the same, that we are going to have a 30-minute extra time being played.
They found Newton to cross this one, but good challenge there from the number 3 on the second attempt. Number 3 for Portsmouth there. He made a first challenge, but his efforts to get the ball proved futile. And this time, he made this challenge come, but East Central will be the recipient of a corner kick.
Corner to be taken by Randolph Peltier, and whips it in dangerously. Portsmouth jumping again and looking to get it clear. Good defensive work there from the substitute, number 3 for this Bombers team.
Nathan Newton. Team effort there. Kelvin Henry was well footed. But the substitute Gilroy Panfield for Portsmouth Alicious. He has had his work, and here's him again on that ball. The recipient of a little nudge in the back from the number 9. Glenroy Panfield, the number 3 Alicious, since coming on, has had some traffic. Yes, Johnson Bridget with his first touch, and a wonderful pass forward there for Usher Judge. Very exciting footballer. Yes, Usher. Fortunately for him, he will receive a corner kick, but poor effort there from Usher to get that ball in the box.
Yes, not sure if it's just tired legs kicking in for Usher, as he has done so much thus far for his team, his club. He has really been all over the pitch, and here he is on the ball again, looking to take that corner kick.
Davon Judge urging Johansson Bridget to get in the box for this one. Usher Judge finally getting one on the back post, hitting the crossbar. Falling to Davon Judge. Ball still alive for Portsmouth Bombers. Spreading this one wide to Usher. Here's Usher, very skillful player on that near side. And a robust challenge there from the youngster, number 4 for Essential.
And Anton Larrock just hitting the crossbar with this one. And the striker looking for that hat-trick of a goal, but really just unfortunate. But chances coming.
It's like a movie, Alicious. The next goal seems to maybe the winner. Strike coming in from Davon. Davon, ball still in the box for number 2, Malik. But he's not blessed with skill there, Malik. Couldn't get his strike away. Yes, Usher on the other hand. Getting this ball on the back post again once more. A bit overheat there from Usher. But Portsmouth Bombers, ball still in their mix. Yes, Johansson. Losing out to Shimani Graham. Finding Randolph Peltier on that far side. Yes, Randolph Peltier making chase. And Glenroy Panfield to save the day. Seems a bit heavy, Glenroy, but he's very experienced. Shimani is keeping past a challenge there. Or lunging a rash challenge there. Luckily for him, he can catch a player. Here's Johansson Bridget. And a pass a bit too advanced there for the left back for Portsmouth.
What a lovely game of football offer. End-to-end stuff. Both teams going for that all important goal, that decisive goal, that winning goal. And I am really proud to witness this moment. I can see that no fear is in the eyes of these players as they want to advance. And Denzel Loader, since coming on, has done a very decent job.
Johansson. Usher. Yo. Boy, you come and do that. You come and you go final corner. Except from yeah.
Bombers in possession. Bombers looking for that goal. Players looking for Davon, players looking for Anton, players looking for Usher.
And you could hear the brilliance of Anton. Yeah, but I have 3 on me. Very brilliant centre forward there, Anton Larrock. Don't try to force that ball on him. Yeah. Johansson. Usher. Johansson. Forward to Davon. Davon met with a rash challenge there.
And surely this has to be a booking. Some great play there from these Bombers players, Usher George, Bridget, and Davon George, the recipient of that brutal challenge. And the Bombers players just growing in confidence whenever you see they are in this tiki-taking move.
Nikael Laura there receiving that booking. Youngster has a fine match thus far on that left back position for East Central. But he seemed to got a bit scared there as Davon George was just skipping past him. And we have a change coming in there. It's Elijah Rule coming in. And ball tip and whipped in. Handball. Kaiser handball. It's a goal! And guess who it is? Guess who it is? It's Johansson Bridget. Totti, your star from the Roosevelt Portsmouth Bombers Football Club. Getting that striker away. Oh my God, what a movie, Alicious.
And what a way to come back to this beautiful game, Bridget. A moment to remember, a moment he will never forget. And giving his club a crucial lead very deep in this game is something that he is surely going to enjoy this evening as long as they cross the finish line.
What an exciting club there, Portsmouth Bombers. Very exciting club. They keep writing stories there. They wrote their stories with Anton Larrock. And guess who's writing the story now? It's Johansson Bridget, better known as Tanman, also known as Totti, to get his winning goal, his fourth goal. Will it be a winning goal, Aishas?
And some signs of distress from the goalkeeper in particular for East Central, claiming that there was a handball and really they had stopped proceedings, hoping that the referee would have blown his whistle to give them an all-important free kick as they were indeed under some pressure. But you have to play the whistle. They didn't play by the whistle never came, and just like that, it's 4-3.
I just what I can tell you, and yes, this man on the far side, Anton Larrock, a bit overeating this one, and a team effort there, team catch there from Owen Oscar. I just what I can tell you, some things in football right now are just being picked up by VAR, and we are not blessed with VAR at the moment at the DFA Technical Center. So the goal stands. It's Portsmouth Bombers who lead this fixture by 4-2 in the dying stages of this match. Wonderful, he spread it ball there. Almost wonderful from Denzel Lola.
Will Portsmouth give away this lead? Will East Central get that equalizer? Elijah Rule, having just come on, looking to do something on the far side for his club. Who will come up with that all-important goal? As things stands, it's Johansson Bridget with the winner for Portsmouth Bombers. And here they are getting that ball cleared out by Davon George. But here is Anton Larrock making chase. Anton Larrock, 2 goals already and looking for that third. But really it was a team effort from the classic centre forward.
Very, very poor effort there from Anton Larrock. It really was a poor effort.
You can see the game just being heated up. Coaching staff heated up, players heated up. And this is what we are looking for whenever it is these high or intense matches, these knockout matches. And the referee did have the whistle in his mouth, but
cries for high foot, but nothing doing. And did he catch him, man? Yes, he caught him. Davon George, the recipient of a contact from Denzel Lura, and very, 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 very poor challenge there from Denzel Lura. It really was. Referee was right, and here's the cats come flying. Referee a booking to Kenroy. Yellow card for decent appeals of in frustration, the Alicious. Players seem to be walking off the pitch. Randolph Peltier is very upset. Shomani Graham is very upset. Kenroy Durant is very, very, very upset. And Essential have a penalty to defend. And guess who's behind the ball, Alicious? It's Usher George. Usher George striking, and Usher George taking this one home. It's 5-3, and Portsmouth are in the driving seat of this knockout match at the moment.
Yes, Essential really just buckling under the pressure. Denzel really wanted a free kick moments before conceding a foul and a penalty, and really didn't know how to handle the decision from the referee, which is always final, and he had to keep his cool head. His team had to keep their heads cool, but failed to do so, and really are going to pay for their sins. As things stands, it's Bombers advancing to the semi-final stages of this President's Cup, of this lovely President's Cup offer. Really just sliding the ball into the legs of DeAndre Francis, and DeAndre really showing up with a rash challenge.
And you can see the frustration from the East Central players just lunging in a few nasty, dirty challenges on this wet artificial turf. Usher George looking to go forward and goes long over the top. But Denzel Lura is there, and Denzel just skying this one. In frustration is Denzel Lura. And there's a wonderful skip there from Shomani. Shomani finding the Dura. Malik, very uncomfortable, but does the trick. Here's Genroy. Totti spreading this one and spreading it wonderfully for Usher. Usher keeping this one in. It's Portsmouth Bombers still on the ball. Portsmouth Bombers. And you'd want to think he will get a challenge. Yes, he does. Here's the numbers spreading. Something spreading this one for Elijah Roll. Champion Roll it is. Champion Roll. Skipping past this man. Wonderful skip there from a Champion Roll. A cross coming in. And it's a punch out there by the Portsmouth keeper.
And now some good wing play there from Elijah Rowe, taking on his man and whipping that ball into the box. No player was there to receive and to get something on target, but there is Nathan Newton striving forward. Nathan on the ball. Nathan strikes and just over, and Portsmouth survive.
And this sums up the day that Essential Alicious chances gone begging, and this is just another chance to go down begging. But credit to Essential for putting up such a fight after being. And it's Portsmouth Bombers taking this one 5-3. Comfortable at the end. 2 goals from Anton Larrock, 1 from Johansson Bridget, 1 from Usher George, and 1 from Davon George. Wonderful match, wonderful entertaining match there this evening there from the Portsmouth Bombers and the Essential, Connect 767 Essential. Essential, they went head to head with the boys in red, but the boys in red were too powerful, too fiery for them in the end. Credit to the likes of Anton Larrock, man of the match performance there, and Johansson Bridget for writing the script, coming in from retirement to get the 4th goal after Randolph Peltier had equalized from 3-2. So Portsmouth Bombers, the exciting camp there, advancing to the semi-finals of the DFA President's Cup. East Central will ride a long ride home, and after being knocked out by the boys in red, as we say good evening there, well, good evening for now, as we have a match coming up, South East versus Point Michel Football Club in the second fixture for this evening. So it's good evening from now, from my vantage point, and join you in a few minutes for the second match this evening.
See who that win today, there, boy. Yeah, boy. But what happened in there now? What are really going on there now, boy? What the game now, boy? Swear to the other game, eh, boy. But where everybody now, boy? Boy, where everybody now?
Oh, they moved the game to date, bro. Be like Mister. Follow the Dominica Football Association on all social media platforms to stay updated.